14 as a cut. Please do that again. Take 14, go.
This episode featuring the totally radical math man.
Dude, I'm telling you, the Earth is flat.
No, dude, the Earth can't be flat.
I don't like this.
What are you talking about?
Whoa! Hey there, guys! What are you arguing about?
Well, Trey here claims that the Earth is flat.
Well, you know what could solve this problem?
Is it math?
Math! Allow me to introduce you to my partner in cool, Logic and Proof.
What's that?
Logic and Proof is a way of proving statements.
What's a statement?
A statement in math is either something that is true or false.
I don't think food is real. Neither are islands.
Yeah, well, did you know that Geico could save you 15% or more on car insurance?
For example, 2 plus 2 equals 4 is a true statement. But statements don't just end there, my bros. To get deeper, we're gonna have to go into conditional statements.
So they're conditional like they have cancer or something.
Hey man, making fun of disease is never cool. If you ever say anything like that ever again, I will not hesitate to end your... Yeah!
This is your brain. This is your brain on proof. Any questions?
Now, a conditional statement always follows this basic setup. P implies Q. If P, then Q. Now, we're going to use the example. If a person is left in a vacuum of space, they will die in less than 90 seconds.
That's a really specific example.
Only because it's relevant to the situation, my dude.
Wait, what situation?
Now, this statement can be flipped each and every way. There are 3 ways, count them, 3 ways we can manipulate this statement. 3 changes are converse, inverse, and contrapositive.
Did you know that you can use SPE to subtract from both sides of an equation on a statement and reasoning table?
Yeah, well, did you know that you can use MPE to multiply both sides of an equation on a statement and reasoning table?
Yeah, well, did you know that the reflexive property says any number is equal to itself?
Yeah, well, did you know that there are other interesting things like the transitive, symmetric, distributive, and substitution properties, which will do all kinds of amazing things?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that's what I call proof of concept. Now, a converse changes the setup to Q implies P. So for our statement, if a person dies in less than 90 seconds, then they are in the vacuum of space. All right. Now, an inverse changes the setup to P implies not Q. So our statement now changes to, if a person's not in the vacuum of space, then they will not die in less than 90 seconds. Alright, finally, a contrapositive changes the setup to, if not Q, then not P. Now, this changes our statement to, if a person is dying in less than 90 seconds, then they are not in the vacuum of space.
Never lose an argument with logic and proof. Cherry pick your facts like a tropical fruit. Use groups of truth to prove and conclude. destroy opposing arguments they used to use. Simply lay out a statement, disprove the opposite, therefore concluding they misuse the positive. Harness your cognitive like never before. Interrogatives go with logic like weather and storms. You can back up anything with logic and prove. Make any argument bulletproof. Be a heavy hitter in any debate. Put all of your adversaries in checkmate. All you really need is statements to disperse. Use contrapositive and converse. For the former, switch the if and then, and then if the statement and negate both. If a row bodes row broke, then it will no longer go. But if the same row still goes, it was not broke. Converse, you do the same thing, but don't negate both. Here's a lesson on how the logic can name both knowledge and flow. You can back up anything with logic and prove. Make any argument bulletproof. Be a heavy hitter in any debate. Put all of your adversaries in checkmate.
So that's what a conditional statement is. But how does it help us prove a point?
Well, I'm glad you asked, brother. To do this, we're gonna need an initial statement. We'll use the same statement, but with a modified truth value. If a person is left in the vacuum of space, then they will not die in less than 90 seconds. Now, this is not a true statement. But how do we prove this? Well, we can work through the problem under the assumption that the statement is proved until we reach a contradiction, thus proving it wrong. This is also called reductio ad absurdum. So let's work through this. Assuming the above statement is true, that means that humans can survive in space. However, in space, many things start to happen. The pressure lowers and blood starts to boil. If a person has air in their lungs, they can explode. Space is incredibly cold, their bodies will freeze. There's also a large amount of radiation in space, not to mention...
Can we please just get back to math?
Oh, right, sorry, my man. Anyways, all of those things contradict the first idea that humans can survive in space, which means that idea is absolutely ridiculous.
But wait, doesn't like everything contradicts itself? What if nothing's really real? What if we're all just part of an alien experiment? What if everyone's actually dead? What if the Matrix is real? What if...
Oh, so I understand now. So we are all arguing statements, and Trey's arguing that the Earth is flat.
That's right, my dude.
But if we assume that, that means the Earth could not have an orbit.
And if the Earth doesn't have an orbit, then that means satellites wouldn't work.
But we have satellite images, so...
Therefore...
The Earth is not flat!
Exactly. And thus Trey forfeits the argument. And thus it's life.
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, the Earth is flat.
Perfect.
The Earth can't be flat, like, no,
That was a cut.
Yeah? Well, did you know that there are other interesting things like the transitive, symmetric, distributive, and substitution project? Jesus Christ, project.